Hi guys, it's Miss Amanda again. So hello to all my Anthony School friends. Before we left, we were reading this chapter book with some of the kindergarten classes. It is called Jansen and the Mystery of the Dinosaur Bones. And they were really enjoying that. It's a little chapter book. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to read 2 chapters at a time in each recording. And hopefully that will make it easy for people when they want to watch it and for sending purposes. This book is by David D. Adler, and it's illustrated by Susanna Natti. Right here on the cover it tells us that. Here's the title of our book. And here's the author and the illustrator. And when we turn to the title page, it should tell us the same things again. Here we go. Jansen and the Mystery of the Dinosaur Bones by David A. Adler and illustrated by Susanna Natti. It also tells us that it is published by Scholastic. Again, if someone writes a book, they only have one copy. So you have to have a publisher in order to have lots and lots of copies. Chapter 1. Slurp. Jansen was drinking milk through a straw. She tilted the container to get the last few drops. Cam was eating lunch in the cafeteria of the Kurt Daub Museum. She was there with her 5th grade class. Her friend Eric Shelton was sitting next to her. Cam pointed to the teacher, and the teacher was standing on a chair with a finger over her mouth. We all know what that means. Look, Cam said to Eric, Ms. Benson is waiting for us to be quiet. Our tour will begin in 20 minutes, Ms. Benson said. But first, I must ask those of you who brought cameras along to keep your cameras in their cases. The taking of photographs in the museum is not allowed. Miss Benson got down from her chair. See, Cam said to Eric, I told you not to bring your camera. Last time I was here, someone was told to leave the museum because he was taking pictures. Well, Eric said, maybe I can't take pictures, but you can. Take a picture of me now with your mental camera. Cam's mental camera is her memory. She can take one look at a page in a book, close her eyes, and remember every word on the page. It's easy for me, Cam often explained. I have a photograph of the page stored in my brain. When I want to remember what I saw, I just look at the photograph. When people found out about Cam's amazing photographic memory, they stopped using her real name Jennifer, and they started calling her the camera. There they are. There's Mrs. Benson, standing on the chair, with her finger over her mouth. Soon, the camera was shortened to Cam. Cam looked straight at Eric and said, click. She always said click when she wanted to remember something. Cam says that click is the sound of her mental camera when it takes a picture. Close your eyes, said Eric. Now what do you remember? Cam thought about it for a minute, and then she said, there's a drop of mustard on your collar. You should wipe it off. Eric looked down. There was a drop of mustard on his collar. He took a napkin and wiped it off. On the side of the milk carton you just bought, Cam went on, it says, Edna's, our cows send you their love and their milk. You're wearing a blue shirt, and the top of the button once came off, and someone sewed it back on. You're right, Eric said, but how'd you know about the button? Cam opened her eyes. It's the thread. She said, I remembered that the top button was sewn on with the white thread. There he is, wiping the mustard off his shirt. The other buttons have light blue thread. Miss Benson was standing on a chair again. She said to the class, clean your tables and then get into a double line. Cam and Eric quickly threw away the empty milk containers and the wrappings from their lunches, and then they got in line. Miss Benson led the class up the stairs to the museum lobby. There, they were met by a young woman in a purple dress. I'm Janet Tyler, the woman in the purple dress said. I will be your guide. Please stay together and follow me. The guide led the class to the air travel room. She pointed out the models of the earliest flying machines. There was a full-size model of the 1903 Wright Brothers airplane. Miss Tyler took the class to a weather station room with a solar energy exhibit. And then she led the class into a large room with a very high ceiling. There she is, standing there, leading the class. This next exhibit is my favorite, the guide told the class. Mine too, Cam whispered to Eric. Chapter 2. The class followed the guide into the room. Glass cases filled with old tools, bones, rocks, and photographs lined the walls. On a platform in the center of the room was a part of the skeleton of a very large dinosaur, the Brachiosaurus. Some of the bones from the skeleton were lying on the platform. The wires had come loose, and the skeleton was being repaired. This is the skeleton of a Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus, Janet Tyler said again, slowly so everyone could hear how the word was pronounced. The Brachiosaurus was the biggest dinosaur. It weighed over 50 tons. That's more, I'm sure, than all the children in your whole school weigh together. And then the guide led the class to another dinosaur skeleton. It was much smaller than the Brachiosaurus. Its mouth was open, and its hands were stretched out as if it were ready to grab something to eat. Look at those teeth, someone in the class said. And look at that tail. It's so long and pointy. This is the skeleton of the Coeliophus. The guide said, Coeliophus, she said again slowly. Now, You may know about some dinosaurs, but I'm sure no one knows anything about the Coelioethus. I do, said Cam. Everyone turned to look at Cam. They were surprised she knew about the Coelioethus. Miss Benson had never mentioned it when she taught the class about dinosaurs. Cam had read about the dinosaur, and she wanted to remember exactly what the book said. She closed her eyes and said, click. When Cam said, click, the guide started to laugh, and she covered her mouth with her hand. The Coelioethus, Cam said with her eyes still closed, was one of the first dinosaurs. It was about 8 feet long, including its tail. It weighed no more than 50 pounds. It was a meat eater, and, yes, thank you, the guide said before Cam had a chance to finish. What you may not know is that these bones were discovered by Dr. Kurt Dog, the scientist who started this museum. Are people still finding dinosaur bones? Eric asked. Yes, Miss Tyler answered. I'll be going on a dinosaur hunt in a few weeks, and I hope to find some myself. Someone else asked, are all those bones real? No. Dr. Dobb didn't find a complete skeleton. Some of those bones were made of plaster in Paris. There were many other questions, but Cam stopped listening. She was busy studying the dinosaur's tail. Something's wrong, she whispered to Eric. Cam closed her eyes and said, click, and she kept them closed for a while. There's a picture of the dinosaur. And then she looked again at the dinosaur's tail. I was right, Cam said to Eric. Something is wrong. 3 of the dinosaur's bones are missing.